Jackson Alexander, Caleb Jolivet, Santi Marshall, J.D. Martin. Those are four dynamic running backs for Jackson State who will undoubtedly have a bounce back year for the run game of Jackson State when next season starts. But even with the total of 8 running backs on Jackson State's roster, Coach Prime is quoted in saying, "I am actively looking to replace you as I speak." Every year, this is what we know about him now in the Jackson State way. They are going to look for kids who are ranked higher than you to replace you. Now, when it happens, either one or two things is going to take place. Either you're going to rise to the occasion and not lose your spot to a freshman, or you're going to be in the transfer portal. It's up to you. Either way, it's going to make the team better. So it's a recipe for success. And today's guy that we're going to talk about is a 5-star running back, according to 24/7 Sports Composite, who is going to be a kid that Jackson State actively pursues. He's the number 1 running back in the country, according to Rivals. And he goes by the name of Stacey Gage. Now, even with all the talent at Jackson State, Coach Prime, Coach O, they still feel like they need to shake something up, right? Because even as revamped as they are with the offensive line, with the backs that they got coming back versus who they, returned from last season, coming back from injury and returning from last season, you'll always want to make sure that you're in a better position than what you were. You can never be too sure. Stacey Gage is a kid who we all know could definitely help Jackson State if he chooses to go there. Stacey Gage is 5'11", 200 pounds, running back, of course, from IMG Academy from Bradenton, Florida. And he is of the class of 2024. So by the time he even steps on campus, at least half of these guys are going to be gone for Jackson State. At least half. And you always got to look for the future. Now, with Stacey Gage in Jackson State, Coach Prime and Coach O, they're the only FCS school. They're the only HBCU even pursuing Stacey. That says a lot. He's a 5-star who's nationally, according to 24/7 Sports Composite, is ranked number 16 in the country. At his position, he is ranked number 2. And in the state of Florida, he is ranked number 6. That is coming from 24/7 Sports Composite. When it comes to Rivals, although they only have him as a 4-star, they agree that he's the number 1 running back in the country, like I do. So it kind of flip-flopped just a little bit, not too much. Now, what I love about Stacey Gage, the breakaway speed. You see it. He has breakaway speed, right? It's the size, the speed, the athleticism. All 3 of those things really makes you excited about this kid when you watch him. Now, he has over 42 offers. He's a rising junior, and he has over 42 offers. Bama, Arkansas, Arizona State, just to name a few. But as of right now, he's taking a visit, most likely unofficial, to Auburn and Georgia. Those are the only 2 schools. Keep in mind, Auburn, they looking pretty good as far as the race goes for him. And I would think so too, because Cadillac Williams, an Auburn great himself, is actively recruiting him. He's the lead recruiter for Auburn when it comes to Stacey Gage, according to 24/7 Sports. Now, guys, I like Stacey Gage a lot. And this video is not meant to be long. It is just meant to keep you updated on what Jackson State is doing, the type of personnel they're going after, just to keep you guys in the loop for what the moves that they're making for the next few years to come and how they want this roster to look 2-3 years from now. They have a lot of great running backs. So this move, being the only FCS and HBCU school to offer Stacey Gage, it's not surprising. It's not surprising. I'm wondering, why are they the only FCS school? FAMU, get in that race. Bradenton, Florida, y'all are closer to him than Jackson State is. Get in the race. HBCUs have been doing a better job of going at the kids of high caliber, but they aren't there yet. This is what this shows me. They aren't there yet. There are still some kids who they play it safe with, versus kids who they still feel like, well, we don't have a chance of getting. Nah, if anybody else can get them, it's definitely FAMU. So I would love to see them be his 43rd offer at least when it comes to when it comes to Stacey Gage, but he still has 2 years of not college, but high school football to play. So they could very much enter the race. We don't know. Or maybe they're just all in on Richard Young, the #1 running back in next year's class. But with that being said, you are watching the CFL podcast. A couple of announcements, right? The interviews are still going. And notice how I said interviews and not interview, because we have more than one. So this Friday, Terrence Tucker. Oh, yes, he's back, ladies and gentlemen. Terrence Tucker, right? The reporter and insider for the South Carolina State Bulldogs. Yes, he's going to be on the live, and we are going to preview South Carolina State for the spring. A lot of y'all feel like, just like how I feel, that South Carolina State and Jackson State are going to be back in the Celebration Bowl. So if you want to find out what you're going to go against, right? Again, Jackson State fans, you should tune into the live. Support your boy, because I know y'all rock with me. So support your boy, right? Get the views up for me. Get the likes up for me. I would very much appreciate it. Then I will have a treat for y'all the very next day, because Saturday at 5:30 p.m., Jasper Frias, the Germany skyscraper, will be on the podcast, right? For a live interview, as we're going to talk about him and everything Jackson State, right? You're going to find out his welcome to college football moment. You're going to find out a lot about him, right? Who introduced him to the game, all of that good stuff. He's coming on the podcast. So that's what you can look forward to this week. But man, with that being said, you are watching the CFL podcast. I'm your host, Kobe Orr, and I'm out. Peace.